Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on this Thursday night. The president speaking moments ago, his team offering new research at this hour, what they're seeing so far, how this virus reacts to the sun, to the heat, and their hope tonight as we now approach the warmer weather. We also have new reporting here on how long this virus might have gone undetected in several American cities, and one case that turned deadly some 3 weeks before that first official death. As always, we mark the lives lost here in this country, at least 47,000 lives now, more than 900 deaths in just the last 24 hours. In New York alone, still a terrible toll here, 438 new deaths in one day, including that 5-month-old baby girl, the daughter of a New York City firefighter. There is major news tonight on antibody tests, New York State with those preliminary results, and they are eye-opening, suggesting about 1 in 5 in New York City has been exposed and might have some sort of immunity. We will go through the numbers for you. And we're reminded this virus is still moving through this country at a dangerous pace. In California, their deadliest 24 hours yet. And we have just learned, as we came on the air tonight, the House has now passed that new $484 billion stimulus bill. Many members of Congress wearing masks, but not all. And there's that new warning tonight from some doctors about what they're seeing in some younger adults, seemingly healthy, showing mild or no symptoms. The risk of stroke. Some very important warning signs to pass along. We have a lot to get to tonight, and so we're going to begin with ABC's Eva Pilgrim right here in New York.
Tonight, new heartbreak for a city that's already been through so much. A baby girl, the daughter of a rookie firefighter, now one of New York's youngest victims. Little Jay-Natalie La Santa, not even 5 months old. Her mother, Lindsay, telling us, "My baby girl was so beautiful." The coronavirus still holding a tight grip on this state. Day after day, more than 1,300 people showing up at hospitals.
That is not great news. We'd like to see that going down.
The Associated Press going inside the emergency department at St. Joseph's Medical Center in Yonkers.
Everybody move. Everybody out. Up, move.
Jam-packed this week, even as New York comes down the curve.
We can't be overconfident until we have some measure of being able to say it's in the past.
Tonight, news the virus may have spread more widely in New York than we ever thought. A preliminary state antibody study showing 14% of state residents may have had it. The numbers in New York City even higher, more than 20%.
They had the virus, they developed the antibodies, and they are now, quote unquote, recovered.
Many of those people may not have even known they had the virus. Healthcare workers around the country risking their lives every day. Many paying a price Boston ER nurse Debbie Buonapane knows only too well. Her coworkers cheering loudly as she left the same hospital she works in, a police escort leading her home.
I'm used to caring for people, and when I was on the other side, I can't breathe, and I'm dependent on a nurse and a doctor and medication to help me breathe, and it was really hard.
Tonight in Georgia, businesses like gyms, tattoo parlors, and bowling alleys are preparing to reopen after getting a green light from Governor Brian Kemp.
I told the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, that I disagree strongly with his decision.
The governor not backing down, tweeting, "We will continue with this approach to protect the lives and livelihoods of all Georgians." The owner of the Gold Cup Bowling Center in Warner Robins, Georgia, tells us he's able to open one of his locations safely.
We're shutting down pairs in between the other lanes, so at the closest anybody will actually be to your group is 11 feet.
But in Kennesaw, beauty shop owner Brenda Guadalupe says now is not the time to reopen.
I just would never feel comfortable if anything ever happened to any of my clients because they came in my salon.
Across the country, each state battling its own challenge. California marking its deadliest day yet, 117 people dying overnight. Senator Elizabeth Warren revealing her brother Donald passed away in Norman, Oklahoma. The senator tweeting, "I'm grateful to the nurses and frontline staff who took care of him, but it's hard to know that there was no family to hold his hand or to say I love you one more time." President Trump has been publicly tussling with his own advisors over what we could be in for. CDC Director Robert Redfield telling the Washington Post a second wave of coronavirus in the fall could actually be even more difficult than the one we just went through.
Dr. Robert Redfield was totally misquoted in the media. on a statement about the fall season and the virus. Totally misquoted.
The president then calling Redfield to the podium.
I didn't say that this was going to be worse. I said it was going to be more complicated or more difficult and potentially complicated because we'll have flu and coronavirus circulating at the same time.
But ABC's John Carl reading back Redfield's comments to the Post.
So that's the quote from the Washington Post. You were accurately quoted, correct?
I'm accurately quoted in the Washington Post.
The president insists there may not even be a second wave in the fall.
We're going to be watching for it, but it's all possible. It's also possible it doesn't come back at all.
But minutes later, from Dr. Anthony Fauci,
we will have coronavirus in the fall. I am convinced of that. Whether or not it's going to be big or small is going to depend on our response.
The doctors appear convinced there will be a second wave. Of course, Dr. Fauci, they're saying just how big we do not know. And Eva with us live. The president tonight just announcing moments ago some hopeful results of a new DHS study. This data just emerging now, which could give us new clues about what could happen with this virus as the weather gets a bit warmer, Eva?
That's right, David. A top Homeland Security official just revealed emerging results from their study. He said that sunlight seems to have an effect on killing the virus, the same with warmer temperatures and even humidity. But he cautioned, he said, it would be irresponsible for us to say that we feel the summer will totally kill the virus. And he said, he reminded us, this is still being studied. David.
That's right, but they remain hopeful. Sunlight and heat, as is the case with other viruses, too. Let's hope. Eva, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.